Welcome to the stream, Teresa. I'm so annoying, help me. I have to cut this all. Okay. So yeah, guys, this is Teresa. Wait, this way, Teresa Rose. Yay! Scoffed Berry. Okay, I know it's just me. How are you? Oh, you're muted, by the way.
Wait. I'm good. You know what? I healed too. Hold on.
Yeah, I didn't hear it before. I don't know if I'm just extra annoying right now. Maybe mute my stream and you can hear... Mute the stream and you can hear me now, right? Because you're gonna hear double. Okay, now it's fine. Okay, it's fine. Yes. Okay, sorry. I'm just really loud and annoying.
It was me.
I'm sorry. Okay. So, we're already having some questions. Okay, everyone say hi to you. You can read the chat.
Hello. First time we see your bed. What? Oh, my bed hair? I brushed my hair though.
No, I think he mean there's a bed on your side, like the blue.
Oh, yeah, that's my bed. Yeah, I guess you guys don't see it.
No, it's because Discord is wide angle. You know, that's why I had to. You can see all the crap. Oh my god, you can see my socks in the corner. Okay, so Teresa, welcome to the stream. So we're gonna start off with, I guess, introducing yourself. If you have, whatever you want to tell us about yourself, and then we can get into the topics. But for now, we're just gonna see who you are as a person.
Okay, so hi everyone, my name is Teresa. My Twitch handle is LITTLEROSETHERESA. I do live streaming and I do pole dancing. So what I do mostly, because people ask me what I'm doing usually when I pole dance on stream, is that I usually take a online pole dance class at home, and then we learn some kind of dance sequence, and then I practice it after the class is over, and usually I stream that. I also do YouTube videos just for funs. I do pole dance for fitness. A lot of people ask me if it's a full-time job, but it's not. I'm not a stripper or anything, but those other people I know who do that, it's good for them. But I have a full-time engineering job, and pole dancing is just a fun fitness thing, arts thing I do for funsies. That's a quick intro of me.
Yeah, so you're very busy.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, on top of the fact that I have my full-time engineering job, I also do AutoCAD drafting, which is a little bit related to actual civil engineering, but it's just more like drawing on the computer and I do that for my old company, and I kind of do that on a project basis. So if they need extra help, they just send me the file, and I set it up, and I send it back to them, and then how many hours I spent on that, that's how much I get paid per hour, or I get paid a certain amount, but yeah, so it's project basis, and yeah, I am very busy because of that. Because I do my full-time engineering job, I do my part-time job, and then after that I do my pole dancing classes at home and I stream it. And I also take classes in the studio. I do that about 4 times a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, so 4 times a week is the pole dancing?
In the studio.
Oh, okay.
I do also do online classes at home. Online classes on Zoom and stuff. I do that.
Oh.
It's 4 times a week, sometimes 5. It depends on if I can take the class or not.
Yeah, okay, interesting. So, civil engineer, bridge builder, by the way. Is this what it is? I to be honest, when you told me you were a civil engineer, I literally didn't know what that meant. I just oh, cool.
Oh, cool. Sounds hard, right?
It just hurt. My brain kind of just disintegrated when I heard that. I was like, you're just a 5-head, okay? You're just super smart.
No, they're talking about how I was playing Poly Bridge 2 on my stream, and every time I did you're just drawing the segments of the bridge, and I was doing a pretty bad job, so a lot of my bridges collapsed.
Oh god, I played that game once. It's such a headache. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's pretty hard. I did actually take bridge engineering class, so it was kind of embarrassing. I couldn't play the game and I kept failing.
It's nothing like real life though, right?
No, it's not like real life, because there's a lot more the building code stuff, and then technically I wouldn't even be making the bridge because that's more of a I want to say state thing. It's not actually it's not a different public agency, so I don't do that. But and bridge engineering is a very specific type of structural engineering, so I don't do that. Yeah, I don't do that one.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I'm like reading. Okay,
Yeah, me
so
too.
yeah, okay. So perfect. Okay, so we can start talking about I guess the interesting thing in terms of like I guess okay, let me think what we should think about. Cuz I didn't actually come up with any questions. It's just kind of like happening, but what I want to get into is how did you okay, so one thing I do know about you, Teresa, is that it's so funny cuz last podcast I interviewed Goddess, and it's like you guys kind of have a similar upbringing in terms of religion. It's like her family was really Christian. You're Catholic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like religious, and then but you both kind of do things that are unconventional. So for her, like tarot cards and stuff, and then for you, it's like you're doing pole dancing. How did you get into it? And also, what is your like? How does your family see it? Because they are religious.
Well, that's a good question. So, I don't know, there's this famous YouTuber called Anna Kana, and she just do a lot of talking videos and also acts and directs on YouTube. And she's pretty big. I think she has like over 1 million subscribers on YouTube. And she also like had her own YouTube series on, I think it was like YouTube or something. I forgot. But anyways, she's big and known, big and cool. And she's half, no, she's like so Japanese, Hawaiian, and some kind of Asian, So and it was the first time I've ever seen like a YouTuber that was famous and like Asian. So basically, like looks like
Wait,
me,
when
right?
was this? Like
This
recent?
was when I want to say like 2014, 2015 ish.
Wait, you've never seen Asians on YouTube?
Yeah, well, besides like Buzz Booty and like I guess Michelle Phan, like, but then they do like the makeup stuff, which I was not really into.
Uh huh.
But then on the walking videos, and it'll be like, oh, like more like life advice, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, and I really like that kind of style, I guess. And but one of the main things that she did, one of the whole main videos that she did was something that was called like, oh, how do I feel sexy, or how can I become sexy? And then she talked about like how she tried to do this, and this, and like how to become confident, right? And then one of the things that she did was like pole dancing. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. She pole dances. I want to pole dance too, and be as confident and cool as Anna Kano.
Okay, so she inspired you into like you never even thought about it before this, I guess then, right?
I mean, no, in high school I was really close-minded. Like if you knew me back in like middle school and high school, I would have been like, like I'm not gonna say some. It's politically incorrect. I can't say these kind of things.
Okay, yeah, don't say if it's yeah, I don't want to.
Basically, I said that you don't. Basically, I said that you don't believe in God, you're going to hell.
Oh, okay, so you were very like really strongly minded in terms of religion.
Yeah, I was very young, and like also I told my friends that, and it didn't work to convert them. So I was like, okay, that doesn't work. So I learned early on you don't tell people that. So, anyways, but yeah, I was pretty close-minded. But then, like, I guess like in college and stuff, I was more open-minded to try new things. And I really wanted to just learn how to be more confident and know what it means to be sexy. Because I was never really feminine growing up as a kid. I was really like a tomboy, like
Oh,
very much
really?
like a tomboy. Yeah, I was so much like a
Wait, I
tomboy.
can't imagine you as a really tomboy. That's so
I was
interesting.
so. Oh yeah, I was always wearing baggy pants. I always had my hair up like this, and I wear a hat, a cap.
I
Like
mean,
I look
me.
very tomboy.
Interesting. So, would you say that was this after high school that you discovered all these things, or was it during?
It was after high school, so in college. I say I became a little more like feminine, or like try to dress up more feminine, like at the end of high school. But and in high school, I try to dress. I mean, no, in college, I started dressing up more often because in college we didn't have a dress code. Like in high school, I had to wear black pants, a white, gray, or black collar shirt. I think yellow was okay too, but basically it was a dress code. And then, so obviously I'm just gonna be like, okay, I don't care, I just throw on some clothes and go to school. But in college, we didn't have a dress code, so I could wear whatever I want. And that's when I started exploring more things on how to dress more feminine, like. And I want to become more confident. You go through that college phase when you're like, oh, I don't know what to do in my life. I don't know what to study for the next four
Yeah,
years, that kind of
crisis.
thing, right? Yeah. So I was pretty lost, but yeah, eventually I always wanted to try pole dancing in college, but I took out student loans, so I was like, no way I was gonna afford pole dance classes. So I started taking pole dance classes after I graduated with my bachelor's. That was that was like August 2016. And then I didn't even go by myself. I looked up classes before, but I was like, oh, I don't know, I want to go to the studio. It seems so scary, so intimidating. All the women in the wall be like, hair, makeup, and very confident and sassy. So I was so scared to go by myself, right?
Alright.
Yeah, but then I was working in a structural engineering company, and then we shared offices with another architect company. And then our company is both very small, so our bosses were like, there was another student intern at the architectural company, so we were the only two interns from two different companies that shared the same office space. And then so a lot of times the engineers were all like an architect will all go out to the field, and it would just be me and the other intern, and we would just talk. And she's like 2 years older than me, and then we'd be like, oh, how's the weekend? You know, small talk. And then eventually, she just said, oh yeah, I did pole dancing. And I was like, oh my gosh, take me! Like I was so scared to go by myself.
So I love how it's like, how's your day? I do pole dancing. It's like no segue.
There was more other things, but it was kind of like eventually went to that, and then she was like, okay, well you can sign up for this and blah blah on this time, and it was on Sunday, and it was like at 5 p.m. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go there after my church youth group thing.
Oh, so
And then I
literally
go,
like after church, like pole dance, let's
yeah,
go, girl. I love that.
yeah,
It's balance, you know. You got the church and then you got the pole dancing. You're like, yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Life is in balance. So I go, I take my first pole dance class. But I'm so confused because I was like, it was in a sketch plaza because I was like, it's so empty,
Oh
like
my god.
just parking lots. It was, and then it didn't even have a sign, so I don't even know what it was. All I saw was a suit number. It was like, okay, suit number 70, whatever, right? I don't know what number it was. And I saw people coming in and out. I was like, okay, I think that's it. And I opened the door and there was like a photo shoot happening. I was like, I'm so confused. What's going on? I was like, well, there's poles in there, so I think that's it. Like, is it not time for the class yet? But you said 5.
Oh my god. Wait, you didn't go with her? Like you met up with her?
We met up before at this place, but then I got there earlier before she did.
Oh, okay. That is scary because no offense, but
Yeah.
what you described was like it sounds like a kidnapping. Like I don't know, like it's scary.
Yeah, it was no sketch. But anyways, point being, it was just my friend showed up and she was like, I was like, what's going on? And then she was like, oh, I guess there's a photo shoot happening. I was like, does this happen every week? And she's like, no, it's just this week. I was like, I'm so okay. I'm so confused. And then all those people actually ended up being the people at the photo shoot also ended up being instructors later because they were all the advanced students. But anyway, so after they all left, we had the class and oh my god, I was so scared and I was like so inflexible. Like, we do the basic warm up of shoulder and then we stretch, lunge, all these things. And I was like, oh my god, I'm so inflexible. And she's like, okay, drop it to a split. I'm like, I ain't going to no split.
Oh well. Okay. So before you like took your first pole dancing class, were you already like active as a person? Like, did you do sports or did you run or do yoga? Like, did you do any physical activity?
That's a good question. I should have mentioned that. I did like 1 year of track and field in middle school. I did 3 years of track and field in high school. I did tennis. I played doubles tennis in high school for 3 years. I was varsity. I was doubles one, so I was pretty good.
So you're
And
like
then
you're not starting from scratch. Like you're not just like I'm on my computer all day and I never move. Like you're pretty
yeah,
active even beforehand. Yeah.
yeah, but it was all like the very masculine sports, I want to say, because it was like cross country, it was track. I think the most feminine sport I did before that was like tennis. I also did line dancing. I don't know if you've seen line dancing with the two-man team. They jump on top of each other and
Wait,
stuff.
the
Like
one
it's really,
the like Chinese New Year thingy or like whatever.
yeah, yeah.
You did
Yeah.
that?
I did
That's
that
so
for
cute. Oh my
7 years.
god, those are the cutest. I always see like kids do it and I'm just like you guys are so talented. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, I did that for 7 years. So, and line dancing is actually considered a male-dominated sport, especially still in the U.S. and even in Asia.
Yeah, I
So
don't see a lot of girls, honestly.
yeah. So, and even in Asia, they have for line dancing, they will just only have two females dance with each other, and that's hard because the female bass isn't as strong as the male bass, and then they refuse to mix the genders where they'll have a male bass and a female flyer who will be the head
Yeah.
because they say that like, oh, the lion will be confused of what gender it is.
Wait, you know what I was thinking? I was thinking because the girl have to put her leg around the guy's neck. So it was like weird or something. That's what I was thinking, because I'm like, what do you mean the gender of the lion that's fake? Oh my god.
They believe that the lion, when you do lion dancing, they believe that you are no longer yourself.
Oh,
You
you're
are
literally
the
in
lion.
it. Like
You
you're
are the
transformed
lion.
into the lion.
Yeah,
Jesus
you are
Christ.
the lion. Yeah, it's stuff like that.
That's deep,
Oh,
man. Oh my god, true. Okay, so you were pretty active before starting. So I want to ask you. So Marcus is asking, when did you know pole dancing was a passion you wanted to pursue? I guess you could answer as we go, but like I guess you could say it now. Like, what was your like knowing feeling? This is what I want to do.
Well, let me think. Cause I remember like the first like month, like once a week, I was like, oh, I feel like shit. Like I'm so inflexible. I'm so weak. Like I was strong, cause I did line dancing for 7 years. I did cross country, track.
That
I
is
did tennis, and I was like, I'm so weak. Like but then I'll look at these other women who do the pole dancing moves. I was like, okay. They're not as muscular as me because I know I exercise a lot. So and they're doing the move.
you're like
I can do it too.
I'm good.
Yeah, so I was like, I can do it too, and they can do it, and then they look like soft and like I like you. I don't know you see me stream, so you see my muscles. Like
Yeah.
I'm like physically like muscular, so I was like,
Yes.
how come I can do it? I know I can do it. So I kind of know. I just felt like maybe after like 3 months, I was like, okay, I kind of like it. I think I can keep doing it. About 3 months.
So 3 months was when you
Okay.
finally kind of like felt comfortable in your element. You're like, I can do it. Like I'm part of this now. Like you're not so new.
Yeah. It was hard though. Like the first month, I was like, oh, why am I not getting any better? Why am I not as good as these people who've been pole dancing for a whole year already?
You know what? Honestly, I want to
So
say
different.
like one thing I want to say with that answer is that I like how you said, yeah, like after 3 months, like I finally felt like I was like not beginning anymore. Because that's very interesting because usually when people like do any type of sport or any type of physical activity, it's like within the like like for me, I'll be like I do one workout and I'm like I look in the mirror, I'll be like I look at my like stomach and I'm like, okay, I feel like it kind of went down, but it probably didn't because it's been like 2 minutes or whatever. But then like you're saying like 3 months is when you finally like notice results. You finally like, yeah, I noticed a change in myself and I can do it. And I feel like that's really important with like working out and fitness in general because people expect like fast, like hurry up, like let's go. Like after 1 week, where's the result? You know what I mean? And I like how you're realistic with it. Like you're just like, yeah, three months was when I finally started feeling like how it felt. You know?
Yeah, no, I was so impatient at first, but someone told me, okay, in order to, when you learn something new or when you do a new sport, you have to give it at least 3 months to see like some kind of change. And then you can make the decision if you want to stick to it or not. And I was like, okay, fine, I'll stick to it for 3 months and see if I feel anything. And I did get started getting better, so I was like, okay, I think it's working. I can keep doing this. Um, and I think the best part about it was that like, oh, I can't do this. No way I can do this move, right? And I thought I'll do it. And I'm like, oh, okay. And it feels so good after every class like that. And I knew I could like just keep going.
Yeah, like work towards it slowly. Obviously
Yeah,
without injuring
yeah.
yourself.
And then I always told myself like, okay, if I can do one thing that I couldn't do last week, then I'm improving.
Yeah.
Even if it wasn't good.
Like small steps, that's so good. Okay. I have a question. So, going back to, I guess, like when you started getting into like pole dancing, like did your family know like before you went? You're like, hey, I'm gonna go pole dancing first class, or did you tell them after like a few weeks? You're like, hey, by the way, I've been doing this.
Oh, I don't think they ever knew I was pole dancing until I bought this pole.
Wait, so how long was that? Like 3 months?
I bought it in 2017.
Yeah.
Probably like maybe like 6 months, 8 months. Then I bought this pole, and then they knew, and then my mom asked like, "Oh my gosh, what is this?" And I was like, "It's an exercise stick." And then I got up and started showing. Let me show you guys.
Yeah.
Look. I was like, "Look, you hook and then you do side crunches."
Oh my god, you're like, yeah, this is a workout pole. Wait, so what did your mom say?
She was like, oh, okay. And then she runs over. She runs over to my sister, and she was like, as Teresa said, it's an exercise stick. And then she just said, and then my sister was like, no, she's like dancing like in the club, like you do the scripted.
Oh my god.
But then I think my parents, well, my dad didn't say anything. Well, they were confused about how it's attached to the ceiling, but I was very careful because you just have to make sure it's under a ceiling beam.
Yeah, because
then,
I was like, how do you even? You just buy a stick and put it in there? I guess you have to screw it in with the drill, right?
No, you don't have to do anything. All you do
Really?
is just make sure it's under the ceiling beam and you press it on top of the ceiling beam.
So it's like a tension pole.
Yeah, it's a tension.
Are you
compression
wait? That
thing.
I thought it was like you had to screw it in and it had to make sure it can hold your body weight. Wait, so that's just holding you through tension, like that's it.
Yeah, the thing about the bolts when you're talking about is that's what you'll find in the studios or something that's professionally like engineered or whatever you want to call it. This is just like a home pole. You just make sure it's under a ceiling beam and that's it.
That
Which is why
is
you see a lot of pole fail videos because a lot of people don't
Oh my god.
make sure it's compressed enough against the ceiling beam, and that's why there's a lot of pole fail videos when the pole falls off. Which my mom has seen, and she's like, "Oh my god, you're gonna break your ankle! Look at this video!" And I'm like, I made sure it's like tightened all the way up, and don't worry, it's not gonna happen. And I don't do dynamic movements on my pole, so it doesn't come down.
That is insane. I feel like I'm like every time you say something, I'm just like what? Like I'm like shocked.
Actually, yeah, that's how my brother felt. So when I had to reinstall this pole after, because I replaced my carpet floor with this fake hardwood floor because it's easier to dance on. And then my brother was helping me like make sure it's aligned under the ceiling beam. My brother was like freaked out because he was like, "Wait, you mean there's no bolts or anything?" I was like, "No, you just like like turn the pole up, it will
Exactly.
expand." And it goes under
Yeah.
the ceiling. And he was like, "Oh my gosh, like you know what? Ah, you do so much for streaming. I can't."
Yeah, oh my gosh. Well, I'm so happy that there's no accidents so far. Hopefully ever.
Yeah. But anyways, my parents are pretty sure about it. They knew that I had I went to school for engineering. I had a job at, the company and everything. And they see that like, okay, this is just for just some exercise thing.
It is. I mean, it is an exercise thing. That's for sure. Okay, so we have a couple questions. So Marcus is saying, asking, can anyone do pole fitness? Is the pain/bruises too much for some people?
That's a good question. I honestly think anybody can do pole fitness. It's just more like the mentality they have with it, because it's definitely not an easy sport.
Yeah,
It's so painful. Like the first knee hook, like what I just did just now, just hooking your leg on the pole and squeezing it. That was so painful when I first started. I was like, how the hell do you even do this? And the teacher would be like, squeeze your knee. I was like, oh, this hurts.
Oh my god, yeah. And the skin, does it not give you burns?
You get used to it. It feels really weird at first, but then you definitely do get used to it, and yeah, just get used to it. Basically, if I had to say anything, it's just you get used to the pain.
Does the I have a question. So does the skin around the area get thicker? Because you know when you do guitar and stuff, you get callous because you keep pushing so hard. Does it
It
get
still
like
feels soft.
it doesn't get
I
like
don't think
hard or
so.
something? I don't know how it would work.
You get calluses definitely.
Yeah.
But like the leg skin, armpit skin, like sometimes you hook the pole with your armpit, it doesn't get harder. You just get used to the pain.
Oh my god. You just get the pain and deal with it.
I think what was I gonna say? Oh, so a lot of people don't know this because they don't pole dance, but basically the reason why pole dancers wear like a bikini to pole dance is because they use the skin as friction to stick onto the pole. That's why you can't wear a lot of clothes.
Yeah, I'm assuming if you're wearing a sweater, you're just gonna slide.
Yeah, you're gonna die and hit your head. So
Yeah.
it's better to be like naked.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay, that's cool. So you do have calluses on your palms.
Yeah, I have a lot of calluses. Like
I guess because you were holding
calluses.
yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very upper body strength. Pole dancing is a lot more upper body than legs, which is why I do like exercise at home with like my 10-pound weights just to do leg stuff like squats and everything. So just to even it out.
Yeah, interesting. So Isling was like saying how dads are more chill with these things and the moms are the ones are more like strict. I feel like so your dad didn't even like he didn't even ask why there was a pole in your room. He was just like, oh,
No,
okay.
No, he just came in with his Henneken bill. I don't know, you know what Henneken is.
Oh yeah, the beer, yeah.
Yeah, the bill. He just like stands at the door. He just like drinks, he just looks, and just walks away.
Like, nice. God, yeah. No, I totally see that. Like, he's just like, anyways, I'm gonna watch my shows. Like the vibe. Oh my god, I feel the same. Like my mom is very like mommy kind of like everything I do. Like, did you do this? Did you do that? Did you take this? Did you do that? And then my dad is literally like, whatever, just don't die. Like just you know.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna
pretty much. My same thing with my mom. My mom is very worried that I'll fall off the pole and hurt myself, which has never happened before. She thinks I did break my ankle once, but I fell off the aerial hoop and it wasn't pole dancing. But she thinks it was pole dancing, and she thinks I broke my ankle because I was wearing high heels, which is not true.
Yeah. Well, your mom is like a typical mom then, like very like doesn't want you to injure yourself. Like my mom's like that too. Like when I broke my hand, she was so I felt like she was more in pain than me. She was like, "Oh my god, that's like I don't want to talk." It was honestly a traumatizing experience. But the thing is, she was like acting like it was her hand, because you know what she said to me when I broke my hand. She was like, "I gave birth to you with a perfect hand, and now it's not perfect." And I was like, in my cast, like that is so mean. Like I'm the one with the broken hand, mom. I'm not sure if you know this, but this is my hand, and I know you like made my hand or whatever. But I was like, this doesn't help me, especially since I'm recovering. So that was very terrible. But I'm glad your mom is like, you've never broken a bone, have you, or anything?
Oh, I have. No, I fell off the aerial hoop. So aerial hoop is another circus arts thing. So it's like basically like a hoop and it's tied up to like something in the ceiling.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah. So I did that, and you know how it spins. It looks pretty. You see it in the
Yeah, I've
in
seen the
circuit.
acrobatics. Yeah.
Yeah. So I do that too. And I fell off the hoop. That was my fault though. I was too tired to have the energy to come down from the hoop.
Oh, so you
That's
just
why I so
fell.
Yeah, I was actually slowly descending, and as I slowly I just lost so much energy. I just like I landed on my feet, but it was too much impact, and so I dislocated and broke my right ankle.
Oh,
So bad.
oh my god, I feel,
I
feel that.
I had the video of it too, still, because I was trying to complete a class combo, and luckily both the area hoop instructors were still there, so they heard me fall. I mean, they saw me fall. They heard me scream. They were like, and then they saw me like I just like fell, and I just like didn't move afterwards, and
Yeah.
then they knew something was wrong. Can you think about like
Because you
accidentally
can't.
fall?
Your bone is broken. Oh god.
Yeah, I just like was quiet, and I just like stopped, like I didn't move, and they're like, oh my gosh, and both of them ran over, and then they're like, oh, you okay, what's wrong? And I was like, and then I don't scream when I'm in like actual pain because I'm holding it all in.
Yeah. It's like so painful
people-
you don't even make noise.
Yeah, like it was so bad. Like I was just like I knew something was wrong, and I was like, oh shit, I think I broke something. I was like, holy shit, and I was like, the only thing I said was like, it's burning. My right ankle is burning. It feels so hot. Like I'm literally saying, I'm like, like I'm trying to hold it all in. And they were like, okay, we're gonna take you to the hospital. And if I had four other women, so it was I think two of them, and then two other pole dancers who were practicing in the studio. They picked me up and they put me into one of the cars, the instructor's car, and they both of them drove me to the hospital, and then to the emergency room, and then there the nurse was like, "Oh my gosh, it looks so painful." I'm like, I don't even want to look at it, lady.
Yeah, they
Oh my
shouldn't
God.
like say those, because it's just like, dude, you're already going through it, right?
Yeah, I think they were just trying to sympathize. That's not helping.
Don't. Oh my god. Was your okay? So you never looked when it was like until they bandaged it and stuff. Like you didn't look at it.
Yeah, I was like, if I
Don't
look at
look,
it, I'm
don't
gonna
look,
freak out.
because what this is what I know. Okay, so when I broke my hand, like I didn't even know. You don't know when these things happen sometimes because you're in such shock. And then I was like trying to lift my arm. I was like, why is this so hard? And then my hand was literally like completely bruised because it was broken. So I think my body was trying to like shield itself from like any more like external damage. And I was just like, oh my god. So when I saw my hand, I almost passed out. I literally like went into shock, and I was like, and they're like, wait, don't let her pass out because she might go into a coma. So I was like, oh my god. So they said that to me, and I was like, I was just so messed up. I was like, oh god, you guys need to like help people out. And you can't say this when someone's already stressed, right? Oh my god. Wait, so your ankle healed perfectly now, really? There's no issue, I guess, because now you're.
Oh yeah. Yeah. This was 2 years ago. Yeah. So it was dislocated. They put it back to. They sedated me, put it back together. It's kind of funny. Apparently, they just said, okay, just count to 10 or count to 50. I'm like, okay, 1, 2, and then I don't even know what happened next. And then my friends told me like, they were like, yeah, you went to 50 and then you went back to like 30. What? And then after that, and then I had to come back later for X-rays and everything. And then they're like, yeah, it's broken. We recommend that you go to surgery. We're gonna put in some pins and a plate and whatever into your ankle. And then they did that. So, yeah, I was in. What was it? I think I was like in the cast, or I couldn't walk on my right ankle, my right foot, for about 2 months. And then after I was given the okay to walk, I couldn't even walk because I lost all the strength in my right leg. Yeah. So I literally had to like walk with crutches still and just like slowly put weight just so the muscles can like come back alive again. It was a long journey back. But anyways, a little off topic about the area hoop injury. But anyway, one is I never got injured from pole dancing besides my shoulder, which is like, okay, just stop using the shoulder, take a break. But like, yeah, my most serious injury was from falling off the hoop and breaking my ankle.
How high was it? Like, from the like where you fell? Or was your like was it like? I don't even know how high. I would say like 3 feet. So, like
above, I would say 5 feet. So the bottom hoop of the bottom of the hoop is like at about my head height. So it's pretty tall, like about 5 feet. Yeah.
Oh god. I'm kind of 5 feet too, so it's like the height of a person. That's small.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Well, I'm glad that you healed properly because that is like the thing with like work. Like when you injure yourself, it's especially if you're I would say you're definitely an athlete. Then it's sad if you can't do what you like anymore because of your injury. But I'm glad it wasn't severe enough that it would stop you from anything.
Yeah, I think my first day back on the hoop, like they were like, okay, do you want to go on the hoop? I'm like, okay, and then I just do a little spin. And then in my first class, we did some top bar stuff, which is like stuff at the top of the hoop with the rope that's attached to the hoop. And then one of the instructors just spotted me throughout the whole thing, like despite how slow I was going. So it was really nice.
No, like I think they should, because you never know, since you're coming back from it.
Yeah, they were so nice about it. Just like helped me ease back into it, so I felt really safe. And then and ever since then I've been a lot more careful. I'll take it more easy and not try to push myself to like, oh, I'm gonna do the whole thing again. I'm like, no, I'm gonna take a break. If I don't get it today, it's okay.
Okay. Good. Okay, good. Yeah. Okay, so any questions? If you guys have any questions, you can feel free to ask. I guess I have a question in terms of. Okay, so I remember the first time I rated you did the splits, but you were saying, yeah, I can do like fake splits. And then we were like, what do you mean? And then in my head, you did the splits. I don't know what you were saying with like fake splits, because I can guarantee like 99% of the chat cannot do what you do in terms of splits. But like, what do you mean fake? Because they look like your legs are completely flat. I was like, dude.
So that's what I thought too when I first started pole dancing, and I think we have a good instructor who was teaching flexibility. But basically, when you do the splits, the true let's say front splits, right? So one leg in front, one leg back, that way. So that is like you actually have to keep your hip bones, like your hip, facing forward still. So when I say fake split, it means I open up my hip. It's kind of hard to say. Like imagine like my head like this. I don't know if you can see. And I have two high beams here, right? So one leg goes in front and the other legs go back.
Okay.
You can't really see. So, but when you have fake splits, you basically open up the hip like this.
Oh, like they're kind of not straight anymore?
Yeah, it's not straight anymore.
Jeez.
Yeah. And the legs go like this instead. See how the legs will just go out like this instead of the actual like this. It will just open up like this. So
Oh,
that's
so
what I
it's
mean
not
by
like exactly straight. Okay. Okay.
yeah. So the reason why that happened is because I'm basically not engaging the right muscles to keep it like actually like straight like this, and I'm opening up like this kind of just to like just to have a like a flat split to make it go to the ground, but it's actually not correct. And a lot of times if you don't have the actual real splits, then you can't do a lot of other things. You basically want the real splits to do other things because you have the muscles to do the other things too.
Oh my god. Okay. So I didn't know that doing the splits required like using certain muscles. I thought it was about flexibility and just like
Yeah, no, I totally understand. Like, cause before when I started doing flexibility training with a not a great instructor, I thought, okay, I just have to just stretch myself out enough just to get flat. But that's not true. You actually need muscles to maintain your flexibility. Cause another friend I have, well, the studio I go to right now, the owner, she actually dislocated her knee because she hit it against a chair and then she dislocated it because she was too flexible. There was no muscles to support the flexibility.
wait. So she literally just like knocked it against the chair, and then next thing you know, it moved.
Yeah, and it was dislocated, and then she was out for like a month or something. So you actually need to have
That's
the
kind of like
strength.
fragile. I think that's what you're describing. She seems like flexible, but like not strong.
Yeah, yeah. So she didn't have the muscles to protect the flexibility. So in for example, when you do let's say the splits, right? You have the hamstring on top, and then sorry, the hamstring on the bottom behind the knee-ish. A little bit above the knee, but behind it, and then you have your quad muscle on top, right? So when you do the splits, your quad muscle is actually engaging the front leg. It's engaged, and your hamstring is stretching. So this one is contracting. This one is stretching, like tension, like opening. So another when you have that leg in the back is doing the opposite thing. So the hamstring will be doing the quad will be stretching and the hamstring will be pulling in. So basically, it's kind of like a balance. Basically, you have to just have the muscle on top and behind it to support one another. And then if one is too much stronger than the other one, it will just you get injured, basically.
Okay. So Isling's asking, what kind of stretches do you do to get splits? Also, what muscle workouts? So do you? I don't know if you want to demonstrate like good stretches to get splits, like for people who are not close at all to getting it. Like, do you just do
Well,
the touching toes thing?
oh no, you do so much more. We talk about front splits, then the lunge is really good. And the thing is that like when you do the lunge, it's actually you have to pay attention to how your hips are. You have to pay attention to the ankle, the knee, and everything's aligned with your shoulder. Because then some people when they do the splits, their legs are like this, like the it's just not aligned correctly. I mean, I would like to demo, but there's so much more than just me just getting into a lunge. I have to explain like, oh, your shoulder had to be on top of your hip, your knee right here, this knee right here will have to be aligned with the shoulder. The ankle right here will have to be aligned like a little bit in front or right under the knee.
Oh my, this is honestly that's a lot. Like you never think it's like that much.
Yeah. So the basic lunge is actually a good one to just to get started to open up the hip. Um, what's the other one? I guess the basic like touch your toes is fine too, and then go to the right toe and go to the left toe. It's a good basic starting, but just make sure when you do that you engage your muscles so that you could support the flexibility. You can't just think I'm gonna stretch myself out as much as I can and hopefully get flexible. It's not the safe way. Like my friend, she got her knee dislocated, so you have to support the flexibility with the muscles.
Wait, so okay. So I have a question for myself, just personal.
Okay.
So I'm not trying to do splits or anything. I wanted to one day and then I just accepted my fate. But okay, so when I touch my toe, so like pretend I'm just like sitting on the ground and I have to like touch one toe. And then like I can touch it and everything, but the thing is for some reason when I touch my right, it's like way easier. I don't feel any pain. But sometimes when I do my left leg and I like go like I bend down more like towards my thigh, my knee starts to hurt. I don't know, it's only on one leg. Is that just me being like one leg is different than the other. Like, I
Yeah,
feel pain in my knee, so I can't really go too far, if that makes any sense.
yeah, that makes sense. I don't know because I've never had knee pain. So
Oh my god,
I
you never had knee pain, because that is like a big thing for like people. I guess you're not a
yeah,
person.
I never had that kind of knee pain. I had knee pain because I used to do line dancing. I used to sit on guys' heads and like come down, and that's from a high height.
Yeah.
And if I don't land correctly, then I might hurt my knee. It hurt like for like 2 seconds. But besides that, like I never actually had real knee pain. Um, besides when the only time I could say is that when I broke my ankle, right, and then I had to gain back the muscle in this whole leg, and then sometimes when I do stretches, this knee will actually hurt, and the reason why is actually because there's this muscle and then there's like this muscle, right? So what happened is that this muscle, which is the bigger muscle, would be too strong than this smaller muscle right here. So what happened was that it was just in the kneecap.
Yes, I think that's what's going on. Because
So,
I feel that. I
I
feel that.
You feel like it's like
It hurts more
this
on the
kind of-
inside, I think.
It hurts more on the inside.
Actually, wait, I don't remember. I don't know. It hurts somewhere there. I think when you touched that area, I felt the pain.
Oh, okay.
So you're saying
Okay,
that my
yeah.
muscle's really weak.
Your muscles are in balance. So your big muscles, your stronger muscles are too big, and your small muscles, which are important too, it's just that it's too weak. So now this big muscle is pulling the knee.
Yeah, it feels like I'm like dislocating my leg. Oh my god.
Okay, so what worked for me, but you might want to go see a physical therapist at the hospital or whatever. I don't know what the health system is like in Canada, so whatever you will see a physical therapist. I would foam roll this outside part. Foam roll
Okay.
this outside, and then for this, it's very hard to like get the small muscles, but you have to literally just like focus on this muscle here and think, I want to engage this muscle. Like it's so hard. Like I still have to.
What
do
is it
too.
even called, that area? The knee
I
muscle?
forgot. I forgot.
I didn't know there was even muscles on the knees. I thought it was bone.
So, me too. I didn't know that. I was like, oh, what? Those like big muscles or small muscles, and then if they're not balanced, you're gonna twist something, because you know the kneecap is actually, it moves, right? That's why we bend our knee.
Yeah, I actually ripped my meniscus. That's all I know about the knee. I ripped it one day. I had to go to the doctor, and then they were like, "Oh, were you?" I tell this story all the time, but my doctor was like, "Oh, were you like doing a sport or something?" 'Cause it's like it's a sport injury kind of thing. And I was like, honestly, I was dancing in my bathroom and I went hard and I broke it's like a rip. It's like a tissue tear, I think. It's not like a bone or anything. But literally, like, I couldn't walk for like 3 months properly. I was like limping for 3 months. It was terrible.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so apparently just need to strengthen that muscle. I think you're right, because I actually go to physiotherapy sometimes because I have a lot of issues apparently. And they're saying that you do need to strengthen the muscle. Like for me, like not you, I'm just saying. Because I think you're right. I think my leg muscle, like my thigh, is way more strong than my knees. So I guess I'll look up knee exercises. Like they probably exist or something.
Yeah, for me, let me think, what do I do for my knee? Oh, right now I just do lunges for my knees. So it's a basic lunge, like this. All I do is here, right? And then I'll think I need to activate this muscle, and then just stand and really focus on that knee, right? This inside muscle here. And so it's not really about actually getting up. It's more about like I need to use this muscle so it gets stronger.
So like mind to like think about it. Okay.
Yeah, like literally when the physical therapist, okay, I want you to engage this muscle. Because then when you think, oh, let me just stand up, you're going to use the big muscles because they're bigger, they're stronger, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have to actually think, I need to use the small muscles so then that way I could balance out the muscles. Basically.
Yo, oh my gosh. Yo, Teresa,
Yeah.
thank you for enlightening me, because
No
I'm
problem.
pretty sure that's because my physiotherapist I have issues. They were just like telling me what to do and stuff, and then I think a lot of it is like about engaging your muscles, but like when you're working out, you need to think about that area, which you're really right about. Because sometimes I'm doing a workout and then they're like, yeah, you should feel it in your abs, and I'm like, what are we doing? I don't feel anything. And then I'm like, oh, it's because I didn't engage my mind to like my muscle. So then
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
now I have to squeeze. Okay, I got it. Okay, cool.
Yeah, because you just do the exercise just to do the exercise. You're just going to use the big muscles. But physical therapy is actually to work on the small muscles that, are too weak and it's causing you pain,
Yeah.
whatever it is. But go to your physical therapist to make sure, because that's just
Yeah, I know you're not a doctor. By the way,
Yeah.
she's not a doctor. Neither am I, obviously. Yeah. Okay, so would you say that doing frontward split is easier than side splits? I feel like front is easier. I don't know. Side splits looks like it would be even more intense.
Oh, you know what's funny? I talked my flexibility instructor, the one I go to now. She's really good. She said there's like two type of people. There's like the splits people and then the back bends people. And then within the splits people, like one you guys, would you do favor the front splits or the middle splits more? So for me, I prefer the side split, the middle split. I'm really good at that.
You're good at the horizontal?
Yeah, yeah. Like I could like be really flat. I go on blocks too, so it's like my hips are in like a U.
Oh, so it's like completely. Wow, that's intense. Because whenever I try, I'm not like doing any splits, but even when I stretch that way, I feel so much knee pain, which I think is because there's no muscles there to support me, I guess. But if I do the forward ones, I feel like I'm a little bit more flexible. That's interesting. So it's just up to the person, I guess, right?
Yeah, it's really up to the person. Like the flexibility instructor, she really likes the front splits because she has the muscles to engage the legs correctly to make sure it's like actually like straight. But for me, I don't have that muscle. Like I don't really get the muscle engagement as much, and my muscles are too weak. So I kind of like the opening, the middle split, just opening up your legs and bring your crotch to the floor. Because I have the inner thigh, the glute muscles to do that. It's actually more glute muscles to do the middle splits.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Which makes sense because I used to go to the gym and do deadlifts and do the barbell squats, back squats like this. Yeah.
Okay.
But then you use a lot of glute muscles.
Interesting. Okay. So I always just find this so interesting doing splits and stuff. So you could just do splits your whole life, I guess. Could you do it before pole dancing?
Yeah, you could. I've done that before. I would prefer doing a pole dance class first before doing flexibility because pole dancing is so tiring. But we do like warm up like stretches and dynamic stretching just to warm up for the class. But it's not like, oh, we're going to 4 hour splits, like engage your muscles and no.
Okay. Be like, you can't do the splits, leave. I'll be like, okay.
Oh no, it's fine. No, like all the time when we do the stretches at the beginning, you always need to warm up so people are not the splits just because it's like more like a warm up thing.
Okay. Interesting. So I guess I have a question. So what would you say is, because I know it's probably different for everybody, so it's not okay. Well, John's asking how important is stretching.
Stretching is very important.
Yes, John. Oh my God. I told you the other day, Teresa, but John wouldn't stretch before the workout, and I kept telling him, can you just like, even if it's 5-10 minutes, whatever, like just do it. And he's like, no, I'm fine. And I'm just like in my head, I don't know, like I'm not a fitness person, but I know that if I don't stretch before I work out, I can't perform as well. Like I just feel like I'm not doing it as well as I could. And like, what's your opinion on stretching like before and after?
So from what I know, like learning from track and field and like the other like what other people have told me who've studied physical therapy or kinesiology, they would tell me that it's better to do dynamic stretching at the beginning, do your workout, and after that do the static stretching, which is like standing there and just like holding that pose for a while. So stretching is very important. Dynamic stretching, if you don't know what it is, you can do like lunges. Lunges is like walking lunges. That's dynamic because you're moving, right? And then you're also stretching out the hip and everything. Oh no.
Yeah, oh sorry. I'm just like, I don't know if your camera just completely went Minecraft. We can hear you fine though, like you sound good.
Oh no.
Yeah, I was just, I don't know if that's like on my end or something.
Sorry. No, it might be me. Sometimes I share the internet with two families, so it's my family and another family. So I don't know what they're doing right now.
Oh, they're probably watching TV.
Oh, actually, let me tell my brother. He might be uploading the video.
Oh my God, you're like, can you stop uploading, please? Thanks. It's okay. We can still hear you though. I think that's pretty important.
Yeah.
Let's see how long we've been going for. Well, we've been already here for about an hour. Well, it was like 15 minutes before we actually started because I had to like take time. Yeah, maybe you should message him because if this is going on for the longest.
He said, "Oh shoot, sorry, it wasn't."
Stop uploading. Imagine.
Yeah, I told him that I was gonna be on a podcast, and he just uploads without me thinking.
Downloads all the video.
Oh my gosh, I don't know. See, some people just don't listen. Like, hey, I'm gonna be on a podcast
For 2 hours. Can you just not like do much things? No, but the thing is, I told my roommate too because right before I started this, I was like, he was like laughing really loud, and I was just like, I know it's your day off, and I feel terrible, but like, can you just like 2 hours of just not being extremely loud, please? And he's like, oh, okay, sorry. So he doesn't do it. He doesn't. I think you just gotta tell them. But I guess your brother didn't even care. So.
Yeah, sorry about that. Don't worry, you guys. I'm not always just pixelated. My brother just didn't listen to me.
It's okay. We can still hear you, so we can still go on with the podcast. But yeah. What's your? Wait, what were we talking about? Was I asking you something? I forgot.
I forgot. Do you want to talk about the Catholic thing and like how that happened? I guess.
Yeah, I guess we could expand a little bit more on because so one thing I'm a little interested in is how you said that when you were in school, you were like, if you don't believe in God, then bye-bye, it's gonna go bad. But do you still we don't want to get too much into like religion and politics, but do you feel like pole dancing has opened your mind up a little bit more in terms of like other things?
Yeah, I think that's the best part about pole dancing because I would have like never like met these people like if I didn't pole dance. Like I would just be like, okay, I just go to church and work, and that's kind of it. I'll never meet these people. And then obviously I feel like I was very judgmental before. Like I'm like, oh, you have a tattoo, or you dye your hair, like like I was so judgmental.
You dye
before.
your hair, you're the devil. Love it.
Yeah, well, not like that, but oh, you probably party and drink, and you don't have any direction to your life, and
Oh my god, I can't imagine you. You're so not like that though. Like I don't even get that.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm definitely not like that anymore. But yeah, so I feel like when I started pole dancing, I started meeting these people like who obviously have tattoos, who dye their hair, who look like an ABG basically.
Stop.
But then I talked to them. I'm like, oh wow, they're basically just human. They're just trying to find who they are.
They're people. I love you, Teresa. You're so fun. I love this because you can really see the transformation in you. Like you were not like that anymore.
Yeah, I'm so glad too. I was like, wow, like I feel like honestly pole dancing has actually made me a better person, a better Catholic person who's actually supposed to be more like Jesus, I guess. Like you know how Jesus is. He hangs out with the sinners. Yeah, he hangs out with the sinners and all these bad people, right? And he forgives them, but he didn't obviously say, okay, don't do that anymore, But yeah, I just feel like obviously being pole dancing really has helped me a lot be like a much better person. Be more like Jesus. No wired, please. What did John say?
John is not here. No, we're not talking about this. So pole dancing is like that's really good. Okay, I'm really happy to hear all these things. Are you certified to give lessons, Teresa, or you're just like you're not? I guess you're not, right? Because you don't have. I don't know. We have to go through to get it.
Honestly, you don't even have to like do anything. You literally just start teaching with like 6 years of pole dancing, which is not recommended. I know a lot of people they start teaching like 1 year, 2 years after they start taking pole dance classes. It really depends on how often you train and everything. People actually have asked me, "Oh, are you an instructor?" Like, "Oh, why is she not an instructor yet?" And I'm like, okay, being good at pole dancing is different than teaching people pole dancing.
Wait, how long have you been doing it again? I'm sorry if I missed it.
August 2016, so almost 5 years now.
You are definitely capable. I trust you. I honestly do trust you a lot. Like I know you're not like a doctor or anything, but like I feel like you sometimes learn through experience with like what works.
Yeah. I I've thought about wanting to teach, but I'm like, oh, if I teach and I have to like be a people person, I had to. It's like the customer service thing
Yeah, I
more
feel like
than
you stream. You know that is literally customer service. When you're a streamer, you're like, wow, I got to deal with this.
yeah, but it's a different one. It's more like, oh, am I entertaining enough to you kind of thing, rather than like if I had to teach someone how to pole dance, it's like I had to be nice to them, I had to encourage them, I had to understand, oh, my wrist hurts, like I can't do this move because my wrist hurts, and I have to like give them some other move that's similar but doesn't involve their wrist. Um, there's just so much more of that, and some people you have to spot them if you're doing like a hard move
Yeah.
or something that like something that they might fall out of. You have to spot them, and then so some people might be a lot bigger than me. I mean,
Oh.
I have seen other people who are like around my size and they spot bigger people than them. But you know, like oh, they're more used to it. They're trained to do it. They've done it for a while, so they know how to spot them. But it scares me. Kind of like, oh my gosh, what if like a super big person comes in and I'm like, I know how to spot you, but if you actually come down falling, we'll
Can
come
you
down
have
together.
two spotters then if it's like that situation, like one like on each side? I don't know if that's even a thing.
It's actually safer just to have one spotter, because the two spotters might hit each other. Because it's just one person on the pole, so it's not a lot of space to begin with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Like even
so
more
it's
accidents.
and that's why most pole dancers are thinner, not as overweight or obese. It's because a lot of times you can't do a lot of pole dancing moves if you have extra stuff on you.
It's even harder because the weight.
Yeah.
I assume
Yeah.
so. Yeah, because I'm assuming that like you're literally pulling more weight on top of what you already have, and it's just like focusing on the move.
Yeah, like I didn't even weigh that much when I first started pole dancing, and I was like, I don't have the arm strength to hold myself up. I couldn't even do a pull up, like until after I started pole dancing. Then I started doing like these kind of pull ups, the bicep one, because they're facing you, and then this kind of pull up, which is more back muscles.
Oh my.
So
Oh my god, those things are just like that is advanced. I'm just like pull ups. I can't even do monkey bars. I can't even do that. So I'm just like.
yeah, but pole dancing has made me so much stronger. Like I never thought, oh, I can do a pull up. I mean, I've always go to the gym, and I usually just do legs. It's very basic, like chest, you know, like chest press, this thing, that thing. But yeah, it took me. It's only after pole dancing that I was like, ooh, I'm super buff. I have my coffee.
Sorry, it's so loud. I hate it. Sorry, I have to close my window because
It's okay.
I live in the city. Okay. So would you say that your upper body is like really good? Well, I think I've seen your shape. Like you're very toned. Like you don't even look like you have fat on you. I know you do, but like not like a lot.
Yeah, pole dancing is all my upper body. Same thing with aerial hoop. So I do feel like my upper body strength has been a lot better after I started pole dancing, and then that's why I started going more. I started going to the gym, and also even when quarantine started happening, I started doing more like weight stuff with my legs. I'll just put up a YouTube video and just start working out, just to keep the balance of the upper body and the lower body. And even before, because I used to line dance, and that's a lot more lower body, because there was more plyometric jumping in line dancing. So my leg was super buff back then.
I feel like your legs still look strong. Like your whole body
Yeah.
looks really athletic. I'm just like,
Well, for the legs, you have to. I use so much on my legs, like muscles in stretching class, like splits and stuff. It's because you have to have the muscles to support your legs, like your leg flexibility.
okay, so John is being sus. What's new?
Why are you so sus, John?
Yeah, I don't know what John's. Okay, John, tell me when you do.
Yeah, but anyways, regarding like instruction, like pole dance, being a pole dance instructor, I could see that in the future, but not right now, because I really want to just focus on myself. Like, I want to have more skill sets. I know I do have a decent amount of skill set, but I definitely don't feel confident teaching or the knowledge. I feel like I would need to have like a personal trainer or like certificate or something before I do pole dance instruction, like professionally.
And the thing is, I guess getting the certificate wouldn't even take that long because you're so skilled. It wouldn't be like you have to learn a lot.
Yeah. Well, maybe. It's more like, I think like muscle wise and stuff, but I don't know. Maybe in the future. would you like to compete? Oh, competition, yes. Let's see. So because of COVID, like there's no competitions live right now, but once COVID is over, I'll definitely want to compete more professionally, I guess. There's different levels in the pole dance competition. People don't know this, but it's a big thing.
No, I think I've seen a couple of people do it. Like even before I met you, I knew about it, but I didn't like it never interested me, but I know it's definitely like something that people do.
Yeah, so the biggest pole dance organization thing is it's called Pole Sport Organization. Pole Sport, yeah, Pole Sport PSO, Pole Sports Organization. And from what I've talked to other instructors about it, is that one is more about the arts. So you don't actually have to do a whole bunch of like tricks. It's more like about telling the story of whatever your routine is with the song, and then doing a decent amount of tricks. And then there's this other one. It's called International Federal I don't know, International Pole Federation or whatever it's called. That one, that competition organization thing is more focused on the tricks, all the crazy stuff you do on the tricks. Like it's like vertical gymnastics basically. So yeah, it really depends on what you wanna like do. But I'll probably start out with the PSO, the Pole Sport Organization, which is more focused on like the telling the story, more drama, more art.
Yeah.
And then if I feel like I could do the other competition, which is more tricks, stunts, technique based. But maybe that's for another time. 'Cause that's really, really advanced. I don't have that much technique down.
I'm thinking
I'm
like
okay.
acrobat and gymnastics, like it gets intense.
Yeah.
Flips in the air and then you hold onto the hoop. Because I've seen those shows where like they're literally jumping in the air and then they hold something and then they jump somewhere else and I'm just like that is like intense.
Oh, you mean like trapezes?
Kind of like Cirque du Soleil kind of things.
Yeah, I think that's trapezes. I have never done that before. But it looks scary.
It looks scary and I'm just like cuz I've seen it like a couple of times at events and oh my god, like when they jump, I'm just like, please land. Like I do not want to see you lose your head today, especially live on camera. So I was like, yeah. So we're not so unfortunately we're not going to be talking about what John's asking just because I don't want that topic right now. But you know, if Teresa wants to talk about it, John, you can ask her on her stream. It's just not right now. So yeah, let's not talk about it. The mood is gonna go down.
Okay.
I guess I don't know. Do you guys have any other questions about like working out, fitness, pole dancing, or anything else? Is there anything you want to tell us, Teresa, that you haven't talked about and you're very like you want to talk about it?
I guess for me, I was kind of scared of competing because when you compete, you think of like, oh, that I went first place, and then you don't place like third, second, or first, then you'll start feeling like, oh, I guess I'm not good enough, and you feel bad for yourself, you know. And I was afraid of competing because I feel like I would be so focused on like, oh, I have to win, or I have to like place something.
It's not fun anymore
you know?
Sometimes because it's too serious.
Yeah, it's too serious. It's like, oh, now you're competing against other people, and you know, it's just
Comparison.
I didn't want to. Yeah, I didn't want to do that because I was afraid I'd be stuck into that kind of mindset. But yeah, that's why I kind of didn't want to compete for a while. And then now I'm like, okay, I think if I feel like I have a good mindset enough to compete and just focus on like, I'm gonna do this and this is for myself. And if I'm happy with it, if I did my best, then that's all that matters. Like, it doesn't matter if I place or not.
Yeah, for sure. And then Marcus is asking your favorite showcase performance.
Oh, okay. So my first pole dance solo was I was a butterfly. I was like a cocoon, and then I like take off my shirt, my sweater, and then I have my wings underneath.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
Yeah, that's my first one. And then whenever I ask people, oh, what's your favorite solo of mine? People will be like, I love the butterfly one. For some reason, why people love the butterfly one, and I think it's because it was my first pole dance solo. So, and I did like a lot of tricks. Like I did one static combo and 2 spin combos, and then I guess the dancing was a little bit it was lyrical and a little bit more advanced. I did have like a fan kick move that was like a lot of spin on the floor. So it was basically not a beginner routine. It was like that's like a big first pole dance solo. And And obviously, just because the butterfly is just so elegant, you know, so it was really cool. My second pole dance solo was the fight song. Um, and that one, people love that one too because there was a jade drop. So I was holding a split on the pole and I just like drop. And then like 2 inches off the ground and I didn't even, I didn't hit the ground. It was kind of fun, but it was scary too.
How do you
Every time
wait,
I was about,
how do you control
huh?
that though when you drop and you don't hit the ground?
Oh, so what you do is that you open up your split. So when I'm doing the split, I'm actually holding myself by my inner thigh right here. So all I do is just open it, and after that, I lose the grip. So now I'm dropping, and then to stop it, I'll just pull it back in, and then I have the skin cushion here again.
Patricia, that's intense. Like I, like what you're telling me is just like not even like human.
Yeah. But so that's that. So people love that one. It's called the jade drop because I always do my drops really close to the ground because it's a
Anxiety
crowd
too.
pleaser.
It makes people have a shock factor, which I think is good for show.
Yeah, people be like, and I'm like, yay! And then everything else is like fine. It's just like floor work and do a little pretty spin combo. Spin combos are basically you just hold a pose and let the pose spin, and that's it. The static combos are usually the harder ones, and that's when you do more dynamic and you do what the drops you can do on spin too, but it's more of a shock if you do it on static because it comes out of nowhere compared to a spin. I feel like that's why I like to do my drops on a static pole. So yeah, that's the fight song. People like that one too because it's a very popular song and it's very uplifting. It's like, yeah, keep, move on, keep having the strength to move on. And then my third solo, which is the most recent online showcase I did, that one was a lot slower. It was with a Catholic song or a Christian song, and I was wearing all white and it had the white straps, so it looked pretty, I don't know, sexy. I like that one too, just because I feel like it was like a lot. I feel like it really reflected me because I am Catholic and it was a Catholic song, and yeah, it had a good amount of hard tricks. I feel like there was like a little flip, and then there was an Aisha Iron Xing, which is kind of like almost like Human Flag, kind of, but your legs are more out. And I came down slowly, so I felt like, oh wow, I showed a lot of strength in that one, and a little bit of dynamic and a little bit more floor tricks. So I was pretty happy about that one too.
Yeah, like an angel. That's what I was thinking too. Like you were.
Oh
an angel.
yeah.
So what do you like more, aerial or pole or the hoop? What's your favorite?
Ooh.
I'm guessing not aerial or whatever because you broke your ankle. I don't know.
I really like pole dancing because that's like my main thing. I take it more seriously than the hoop. The hoop I feel like it's more for fun. It's more like, oh, I feel so pretty, I just spin.
Yeah.
You could do dynamic things on a hoop too, but it's so tiring. Like hoop is so tiring to me. Like basically when you get on the hoop, you need to have energy. You want to get down hoop, you have to have energy.
Yeah, or else
For the
your ankle
pole,
breaks.
yeah, for the pole, if you're like, oh, I'm too tired, I'm just gonna, slide down like a fireman, and you're good. You know?
Safe. Okay.
Yeah, I
Sure.
feel like pole is so much more safer. But once you let go of the hoop, oh well, there's only air left. You're gonna just fall. The pole goes down, but the hoop is like you're just there.
Oh my god, I'm scared. Oh, this is traumatizing. So Marcus is asking, are you going to do another partner acro routine? Oh, you did it with somebody else? Is that what it is?
Oh, part of acrobatics. Yeah. So Dancing with the Stars? Have you seen the clips and everything?
I never watched, but I know what it is. Like two people.
Yeah, two people and then the guy usually flips the gore in the air or something like that.
God,
They do all these like flipping stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, so I do that too. It's kind of funny. I like it because it's so I when how I mentioned I used to line dance like in high school and college. So I never actually had a consistent line dance partner because I don't know why at the time the team was going through a shortage of bases and I was ahead and we didn't have any more tails. So the tails are usually the guys and the heads are usually the females. So I never had a partner because there was a shortage of them. And then so because there was a shortage of tail dancers, the guys, the team let the guys pick who they want their partner to be, and usually they'll pick someone they're already friends with, which is cool. And then sometimes they'll pick someone, I have a romantic interest in this person. So no one had a romantic interest in me. So
What?
I never had a
like
line dance partner.
it was a dating thing. Like it actually, I thought it was just a sport, or you just go.
It is a sport, but people make it a dating thing because it's like high school and college age, and people are like, I kind of like this person, so
I want to get close to that girl or boy or whatever.
Yeah, I get to hold them around the waist, and then like
Oh my!
oh,
That's weird. Yeah, honestly, I feel that because I think at my school there was a rowing club for like rowing like in the boat. And I wasn't part of it, but my friend was, and she was just like, that is not a rowing club, that is another club. And I'm just like, oh, okay, so it's not just about rowing, apparently. It's about more than that. Oh, so now you have partner, right, for your dancing?
Well, yeah, so for that's why I was so frustrated with the line dance thing, because I couldn't get far in line dancing just because I didn't have a partner. Like, it was so dumb. Like, I work well with, like, actually people from other teams, which is, like, kind of like a no-no in line dancing. It's kind of like a martial arts school. You don't mix teams together. But anyway, but it's just, long story short, I couldn't go far in line dancing because it was a partner thing. And then all the guys on my team were just like, I want to pick that chick because I have romantic interest in her, and no one had romantic interest in me, and I didn't even want to have romantic interest in people. I just wanted to line dance. So I was like, that's why I eventually stopped line dancing, because I knew, okay, I hit my peak. I'm not gonna go any farther than this because I don't have a consistent partner. So that's why I like pole dancing, because it's like, okay, well, if the only way I can get far now is if I work hard. I don't need to rely on anybody. So I had a very negative view of line dancing afterwards, or partner dancing in general. Partner dancing, I was like, oh, so stupid, so drama. People only want to dance if they have a romantic interest in you, which is so dumb. I was so annoyed.
That sounds really dumb.
Yeah. So anyway, I started doing partner acro just for fun because I had a friend, and then long story short, he liked me too, and I was like, I'm sorry. I rejected him too, and I even told him like, oh, if you don't want to do the partner acro thing with me, that's totally fine too, because I just wanted to just have fun and just do something new. But he had romantic interests, and I was like, I'm sorry, you don't have to do this thing I want to.
What is this The Bachelor? Like, we're trying to just dance.
I know. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so that was done, and then so he stopped going to the partner acrobatics class. And I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go here, and it was like a good like community vibe. So I just kept going, because every time I would do like a move with one of the like people the bases, they were all very polite and stuff. They were pretty good. Like, and I was very picky with my partners too. I was like, well, the bases, because I was like, okay, that guy looked like he could handle my weight, so I'll just go with them. But anyways, long story short, I found there was one guy who I really trusted, because I felt like he was always very careful. He would never drop me. Two, he had a girlfriend, so I was like, okay, good, he's not romantically interested in anybody besides his girlfriend. So I asked him, do you want to do a part of acrobatics routine with me? He was like, okay, cool. And then we did one December 2019, before the shutdown. Right. And it was so great. I think we did this we did like the skillet the last night. It was basically like a anti-suicide thing, because basically I played this girl who was emo, and then he comes and makes sure I don't kill myself. And then people were like touched. Apparently someone's mom was in the audience, and she said that she cried, and people like felt the feels, and I was like, oh, so happy. And it was a good routine. I really liked it. And I talked to my partner, and he was like, yeah, like I want to do another routine too. We should do something more uplifting. I was like, yeah, something like touching and uplifting. So we will do another acrobatics routine. I just don't know when, because of COVID, but we are trying to get back into shape again. But because of him, I'm like so happy. I'm like, oh, finally, someone who wants to do partner dancing and is not romantically interested in me.
Yeah.
So happy.
Like, I will say that I feel like if there was maybe like a romantic connection, then the benefit would be like the dance has more emotion and passion. But other than that, it's like you're just trying to have fun, you know what I mean? Like, let's keep it professional, guys. Yeah,
seriously. And I'm so glad. Like, he understood when we were talking about, what our next performance should be, and I was like what I like, I guess like what we want, and I was like, okay, well, I want to have a performance where it has meaning, and I didn't outright tell him like our characters that we play cannot be romantic. I just say like, if the characters we play can be just friends, or enemies or something like that. And if we are romantic interested, then one of us has to die. I feel awkward playing like the first routine we did. It was like I felt like it was a friendship kind of like routine because it was like, oh, it starts off with like a phone call with him, and I'm like we had like professional voice actors do this. He found these voice actors for me, and then basically the phone call was like, hey, I'm feeling emo, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna go over and like make sure you don't kill yourself kind of thing, and then the whole routine just him making sure I don't like kill myself in the routine. So I felt like that was like a friendship kind of like routine rather than romantic interest. He said he felt like it was like a romantic interest. I'm like, no, dude, it's like friendship. Like, what are you talking about?
Well, you can love your friend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You love your friend.
Yeah. But anyway, so he agrees. He was like, yeah, we could just do like the I guess PG-13 friendship kind of routines and not romantic. I feel so awkward. I feel like if I try to do a romantic or sexy routine with him, I'll just like laugh. I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah, I guess
like,
you have
so
a
awkward.
friendly vibe.
Yeah. Well, we're very like we're very much like friendly friends.
Um, so John's asking a question. I don't know what it means. I don't know if you want to read it. I don't know what he's asking.
What does that mean? What's the?
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Wait, John, can you clarify? I don't know.
Oh, I think he asked has she ever been frustrated with a new move? All the time. All the time.
Oh, okay, sorry, I missed that. There was two. Okay, so okay, fine, let me ask. What's the most frustrating move or the hardest move you ever try to do? And is there a move you can't do?
A lot.
So what's a really frustrating move that you can do now but it took you literally like you had to work through it?
Oh, I don't know. Let me think. I think Superman. Superman was really hard to do. I mean, I do it a lot more now, but I still don't like it to this day.
What's the Superman?
It's-
Like you can do it? Okay, cool.
I could do it. I'm not gonna do it. I have it on the ground because I don't have skin on me right now.
Oh yeah.
But basically it's like this. Oh, I guess I could do it with this hand.
Okay.
It's like this. Ugh.
In the air?
Yeah, in the air.
Jeez. Oh my god, I just felt that in my leg.
Yeah, so basically you have your inner thigh squeezing, and that's how you stay up. Oh, and then your one hand. So it really hurts the inner thigh, which is why I hate it. And then getting into it really sucks because you have to do a thread through. It's so exhausting.
That is a lot of thigh strength. A lot of thigh strength.
I like pain endurance of the skin.
Oh, John's just being extra. Okay, so if you ever get bruising from pole dancing, do people ever stare? Wait, where would you get bruising? I guess your arms and legs, right?
Yeah, arms and legs. It always look like I got beaten up.
Do people actually be like, oh my god, are you okay?
When I used to work, when I used to work for my old company, the engineers would be like, "Oh my gosh, there's domestic violence happening. Do we have to call the cops?"
You know what I will say? They care about you. They actually care, which means why they ask.
Yeah, because I will even get like bruises on my neck sometimes too. Like it was pretty bad.
Oh, like areas that you wouldn't usually. Oh.
Yeah, like it looks so bad, but it's okay. I'm okay. It was just pole dancing stuff. And then I was embarrassed to tell on like pole dance. Cause I was like, cause they're all male engineers, they're all guys. So it's like, how do I say?
I'm sorry, guys. Can be, not every guy though. Some guys can be a little bit like, wow. I feel like it's pretty normalized now. Like when you say you did pole dancing, like I didn't think like much of it. I was just like, yeah, great, you know. It didn't seem like much to me, but I guess there's still people that don't understand. Like it's very physically demanding. Like you're doing a lot. Like half the moves you show and the things you describe, I'm just like, oh my god, like how is that even possible? Like in my head, I'm just like, that's crazy, in a good way.
Yeah, it's good. It's funny because then when I asked my brother about it, I was like, oh, so when I told you I do pole dancing and you saw the pole in my room, did you even think about it? He was like, no, it's just exercise. Like he literally just saw it as a fitness thing for some reason. And I was like, wait, so you never made a connection about pole dancing with the club? And he's like, no, I never made that connection until now.
Oh wow. Well, I'm assuming that you both grew up really like religious, so maybe that wasn't like even a thought that came into his head.
I think that, and then also because he always also pretty much knows me that I have a full-time engineering job, so I think he knew like, okay, it's not a job, like it's just like for funs.
Wait, is your brother older than you or younger than you?
He's younger than me, but he looks older because half his hair is gray.
He got the early gray gene.
I think it's just because he works for a private company, and private sector, they work you hard.
Oh,
They work you like a dog.
He's like stressed. Okay. Oh my god. Wait, how old are you again? You're 26, right?
I'm 27 now.
Oh, okay. Oh, we're the same.
Well, I just turned 27. Yeah,
Oh,
I just
no,
turned
I'm
27 in
older
March.
than you by a year.
Yeah.
I'm 27,
Yeah.
but turning 20. Oh, okay. Oh, wow, he's young.
Yeah.
Wait, that's really young.
Yeah, he's 24, 2025 next month.
Wow, and he has great. Because there was this one guy I used to work with, and he had a lot of his hair was like I want to say like 70% gray already. It looked like salt and pepper. But he wasn't old. I think he was like maybe like 20 something, 30, like max 30, like he wasn't even 40. And then but for him it was like he had a genetic thing. Like it wasn't because he was stressed. Well, he probably was stressed, but like not that much. And I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
wow, interesting. That's really cool actually."
Yeah, I think it's really just stress because I don't have gray hair. I just dye my hair black.
Maybe you didn't
right.
get the gene for it. Maybe you're lucky.
Hopefully not. Oh my gosh.
Well, you dye
I
your
would
hair
not.
tree so that wow. Just kidding.
I dye my hair for fun. It's weird. But I was fading, so that was the bleach color of it. But it's fine.
No, I love the color of your hair. I love the red. It's kind of like brown red. It's nice.
Yeah, it's just fading, but it still looks nice.
It does look
That's
nice.
good.
I guess I don't know if there's any more. Do you guys have any more questions you want to ask Teresa in terms of fitness and stuff? Because I think we're actually wrapping up. It's 1:41 for me. I know it was like 15 minutes of me being like cleaning my room, but I think we actually hit at least an hour. For sure an hour. What am I saying? Like it wasn't 40 minutes of just nothing. Yeah. Are you gonna get your hair done? Is the salons open where you live?
Oh yeah, the salons are open. I'm not gonna get it done. I just recently got a haircut like about 10 days ago, because I had so much split ends. So I was like, I'm gonna get a haircut. It's too long.
It looks good. I like it. It's fresh.
Yeah, I like it too. Like no split ends, so it doesn't look so like nasty, I guess.
Yeah, oh my
I
god,
don't
help
know.
me, right?
You're fine, fine.
Go for
That's
summertime.
fine.
Nice and light.
Yeah. I did had
Sorry, go on.
Oh, I was gonna say like I had this one priest tell me like you shouldn't pole dance. It's like a bad spirit.
I
was
assume
like,
so. That's why I'm shocked that you didn't tell more stories about how disapproving people were. Instead, your stories are very like accepted. Like people accepted you, which is great.
Yeah, even like some of the people in my church, they were like they even try pole dancing classes, and I'm like, oh, that's great, but you should go to my studio because it's more it's bigger and it had better instructors.
Do you still go to the same studio as day one?
No, there's so much drama that happened. That's another story for another time.
Oh god. Okay.
All those instructors all left, made their own studio about like 5 minutes down the street.
Because what I was gonna say, I was gonna be like, wow. So it turns out that when you go to a sketchy place, sometimes it's not sketchy, but now it seems just like, oh, it wasn't even good, so you left anyway.
Yeah, but it was good just to start out and just because it was cheap. It was the cheapest studio in the area.
Yeah, I assume so
Yeah.
because you said they didn't even have a tag, like a I don't know what it's called. A sign. Oh my god, tag.
There's another studio close by, but that one is only focused on the sexy style of pole dancing, and it's a lot more expensive.
Like more the
And I was
dancing part.
Yeah, more of the sexy, and then which is fine if that's what you want. But I was like, oh, that's so expensive. I'll go to this other one. It seems cheaper.
True. Plus, you're more. I
then-
feel like you're more into the fitness too. Anyway.
Yeah. And then there's this other one that's about 45 minutes on the freeway. You have to drive up 45 minutes, and that's a lot, so much farther, and it's so much more expensive. And I was like, oh, I don't want to go here. It's so expensive, and I had to drive far, so I didn't go to that one. But I have went to that one a few times with my friends, just because they're driving. I don't want to drive.
Well, it's okay to like just go with your friends for like an outing, right?
Yeah. So I've tried other studios before, and they're okay. They're like. But I like the one I'm at right now because it's so big. They have a hoop space, they have the pole space, they have open space too, and they have like what they call the mood room with the nice lights, and they have one pole in there, and you have all the rooms you can do for floor work. It's just a big space. I like it.
Oh, that sounds really fun. That just sounds like a really good like if you like what you're doing, then if you have a space for it, especially with all the sections and with people you love, that sounds like a really fun place. Like, it's like your, I guess, I don't know, safe space, but like it's like your space where you go after work and you're like, yeah, I can release any stress I have.
Yeah, it's a safe space. It's like a community too, because everyone kind of knows each other. I know most of the people besides the new people, so I don't know the new people.
John's asking me, would I ever try pole dancing? Can I say I'm not okay? I will try anything at least once. Okay, no, certain things like I don't think I would ever skydive. I'm sorry. I just maybe if I was gonna die anyway, I'll do it. But probably not. But pole dancing, I think for me is like. I will not never try it, but I really don't think I would get into it. Is all I'm gonna say. Just because like a lot of upper body strength. I'm really like a lower body strength kind of person, so can't even do a push up. It's a little hard, but I really think pole dancing is like a beautiful sport, especially girls or like I guess guys can do it too. Right? Can guys pole dance? I didn't even ask.
Yeah. There's a lot of guys who pole dance. Most of them are gay. There's some transgenders people, I think. I only know one gender fluidity. I don't know what that is, but okay. And then there are a few straight guys who pole dance. Most of them that I see who are straight, just pole dance for like 1 or 2 years. Maybe they'll fall off and they'll come back. There was this one straight male pole dancer in I think Ukraine or something, in Russia, and he's like well known. He's like famous. Like he would do like tours around the world and teach at pole dance studios, like teaching his like famous flips.
Like he's moves. Literally big.
Oh yeah, he's like legit big. Yeah.
Wow.
So but yeah, guys could pole dance. Most of them are, I'm just saying like most of them are gay, so that's obvious, but a few of them are straight, and they're like, they have that more masculine type of dancing, almost like hip-hop dancing.
Because I'm thinking if you, because the Superman move, can a guy do that? They have balls and stuff.
I think they can do it.
I'm just thinking I like this looks painful for a man, let alone even a woman to do.
Oh yeah, I think they do. Is that you're holding it by the inner thigh, so as long as it's not too up in the inner thigh, I think it's fine.
Yeah, because I'm like that is a squeeze. Hi, welcome. Who's better? I don't think. I think girls. It depends on the person. I think. I don't think it's about. To be honest, now that you say that guys do it, I can. That's very interesting because I've never seen like videos of a guy doing it.
Oh yeah, guys can definitely do it. In terms of who's better, it depends on the move. Like, most guys are not flexible as women. Women are more flexible. Oh. So you're talking, like, it's really hard to say. Like, are you talking about, like, dynamic moves? Then, yeah, the guys are probably they're better than at that. Just because of the fact they're stronger. They have more testosterone, so they have that chemical to be stronger, gain more muscle.
Yeah, they have more upper body, I think, just naturally.
Yeah, so they could do more dynamic movements. But women, they could actually be more flexible. So they could have the nice lines with how the legs goes and everything. And then that's another thing. So it really depends. Both genders have their pros and their cons. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, interesting. I can't even believe I didn't ask if guys... I didn't even think about it, I guess.
Oh, it's okay. I honestly thought, okay, I'm gonna be safe. I go to a pole dance studio, there'll be women, and then there are guys that are gonna be gay, so it's totally fine. It's gonna be safe.
I feel like if anyone was harassing you like that, they would already be kicked. Like it wouldn't even be.
Oh yeah.
Like they wouldn't let people be creepy, and even no matter where, like even the gym, like anywhere, like that's not allowed.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, sorry. We have more attitude. I don't know what that means, John. What do you mean you have more attitude? I feel like girls can have attitude too.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah. I'm probably never gonna do pole dancing. I'll be honest. Like if I did it, it would be like one and done. Like I'm being honest. But the thing is, I think it is beautiful, and yeah. Any more questions, guys? I think we're almost ready to wrap up. Teresa, did you have anything that you wanted to say? Any last words about pole dancing? I think for the social media part of it, we can maybe do it in another podcast, just because it's already kind of long. We have so much
Yeah.
to talk about apparently. But yeah, Teresa, if anything else you want to share your wisdom, any last words?
Oh, if you ever have posed any questions, feel free to watch me on stream on Twitch. I also stream on Twitch. I just do pole dancing routines. Tell Teresa I said hi. Hi, Ash. But yeah, and as I've said before, I usually do the Sexy Heels pole dance just because I do the online classes and then I just stream it afterwards. But I do like more tricks in the studio, and you'll see that on my Instagram and my other links. Only holies, you know. I'll call it only holies now.
Oh yeah. Don't the real okay. All right. Well, if there's no other questions, Teresa, I'd love to have you on maybe another time. We can talk more about this. We can talk about other things. But thank you so much for being a guest today. You were wonderful, very insightful. Like the amount of times I gasped with like I feel like I just learned so much today. Like the reaction was real. So, yeah, okay. Teresa, thank you for being here. And make sure to go follow her social medias, guys. Also, if you're watching the YouTube video, I will link it down below. So, okay.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, bye, Teresa.
Bye.